So the big picture for this lesson is linear functions. A linear function has a constant rate of change. And the graph looks like a line, which is why it's called a linear function. In function form, it's written y equals mx plus b, where m is the rate. And the reason why it's the letter m is because it also is called modulus of slope. But that's a lot of words for math people, so usually it's just called slope or rate. And the b, that's the initial amount. And that can be found on the graph as the y-intercept. So for this graphed linear function here, the rate of change is 3, so it's y equals 3x. And then the y-intercept, or the initial amount, is 4, so plus 4. Now all linear functions have this form. You could have something like y equals 2x, where the y-intercept is 0, or the initial amount is 0. You could even have something like y equals 5. That technically is a linear function with a slope of 0. So it's like y equals 0x plus 5, but it's just written y equals 5 to simplify. Now a linear function table will show a constant rate of increase also. So I'm going to use some integer inputs here to model this function. So I'll do -1, 0, 1, 2. And for outputs, I would get 1, 4, 7, and 11. So for those calculations, what I did is I just mentally put each value into the function. So example, I would put in a -1. 3 times -1 is -3. Then -3 plus 4 is 1. So that's how I got the y value, and I just repeated. So another thing you're going to be doing is you're going to be determining the rate of change and the initial amount from a given function. So let's say you have y equals -2x plus 1. The rate of change is -2, and the initial amount is 1. So that's the big picture for this lesson.